Well, hello, everybody. Hello, it's your friend here. It's Manoli talking to you again. What's going on, everybody? I'm here in old Charleston, South Carolina, and we have the hurricane tonight. Yes, Hurricane Idalia, Idomeneo. I don't know how you say it. Hurricane something or another. Uh, Luckily, we did not get the worst of it. I don't think. I mean, it made landfall. It was a major storm. By the time it made it to us, I think it was either a Cat 1 or it may have been down the tropical storm. So we didn't quite get the brunt of it, but we got some pretty bad wind. There was actually a tornado up in the Goose Creek area, and it flipped a car on the road, which is I'm surprised we don't usually get tornadoes, even in a hurricane. We don't usually get them, but I mean that was intense, and we had some pretty bad rain and some flooding. But of course, in Charleston, you flush a toilet and the place floods. I mean, it floods like nobody's business. But yeah, we had the storm. I just kind of rode it out. There wasn't much. Luckily, it wasn't much to. What am I saying? There wasn't much that came our way, thankfully. So yeah, I guess we got lucky. I don't know what to say. We just kind of rode it out. Riders on the storm. Yeah, da. However it goes. But yeah, yeah. So I like to do weather reports. I don't know if you follow me on my social media. My Instagram or my. I can't talk. He can't talk today. Here we go. He already starts. It's only a minute and 51 seconds, and he already can't talk. So there you go. But yeah, if you follow me on my social media, you doubtless you see one of my weather reports. I like to have fun with it. I do the real weather. The big weather, big corporations. They always have to put a spin on it. I give it to you straight. I give you the facts. I give it straight up. And I tell you what to do, and take my advice or leave it. But Manoli's weather report is always right. Because there's no nonsense. I don't try to make it some big dramatic thing. I'm not trying to get on a show on the Weather Channel or Discovery or whatever, trying to do this and that, trying to posture on TV. I just give it straight. The Manoli news station is the only, there's no bias there. It is what it is. That's my attitude for a lot of things in life. It is what it is. Take it however you want. But yeah, I do feel bad for the people down in Florida. They got hit pretty bad, so that's a nasty storm. Um, I tell you what, though, we were lucky that other one didn't get us. There was two at the same time, but people didn't even talk about Franklin. It hit like down in the Caribbean. I think like Dominican and Haiti, or maybe it was I can't remember where exactly, but I think that's where it hit. And then and it kind of made its way up. But by the time it got like off the coast, I mean, it was pretty far out there, so we got some bands, but it wasn't too bad. But it was like a Cat 4, and it never made landfall as a major hurricane. Thank God. At least not. I don't know what it was when it made landfall down in the Caribbean, but we got lucky we didn't get hit by that. Franklin, it was bad. See, nobody talks about Franklin, but there's a great picture. It has Idalia and it has Franklin together. You can see them both. It's crazy. I got Leo involved in my weather reports. Leo is an interesting kid. I never know what he's gonna say. He's 7 now, and he says some wacky things. He told me the other day. He said, "Manoli, you're from the Renaissance." Like, really? He's like, "Yeah, that's when opera was on a roll." I'm like, "Well, you're not wrong. I could see myself in the Renaissance. Maybe I could be one of the singers. I could have premiered, I don't know, Seneca in the Coronation of Popea. I could have sang for Monteverdi. I could have sang for all those people. It would have been great. It would have been great. Of course, you'd have to deal with all the pitfalls of being around at that time frame. All kinds of disease and death, and I don't know what the life expectancy was, but I can't imagine it'd be good. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can't see myself there, but it was nice that he said that. Maybe he meant to call me a Renaissance man. maybe that's what he meant. Maybe that's. I don't think so. No, but they always call me Old Man Manoli just because I like opera and I drink scotch and I like old movies and TV. But the Renaissance, I mean that's pretty old. I yeah, I don't know. I mean I like Renaissance music, that's for sure. But that's the oldest I've gotten. Although some people do call me, some people, I don't know who they are, but I'm sure somebody refers to me as the Greek philosopher of the 21st century. So maybe that's older. Maybe that counts. I don't know. Nobody calls me that. Nobody. I'm an idiot. Remember? I don't know what I'm talking about. Manoli knows nothing. That's it. Plausible deniability here. It's kind of like in the olden days, the jester could say whatever he wanted to because people thought he was an idiot. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm so stupid that I could just say whatever I want. I can't. It's not true. People catch on. They know that I have some intelligence to me, I think. But well, who said that? I think I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Let's just go with that. I just I keep it simple. I like to have a little bit of culture, but then I also like to dumb it down a little bit. Because I'm just an idiot. That's it. That's it. There's nothing to see here, people. Nothing to investigate. Just move along. I have the baseball on. I know you all love it when I talk baseball, so I'm gonna do a little update for you. The Dodgers are crushing it. They're playing the Diamondbacks, and they're up 7-0, and it's the top of the ninth. So I'd say they have this one in the bag. Dodgers are rolling, man. They're leading the division by like 14 games, 15 games. The Diamondbacks are in second, and then there's really that's it. You know, but they're so far behind. I mean, I don't see how we could lose the division at this rate. But knock on wood. But you see what happens whenever I do anything. I knocked on my desk and then something fell. This is what happens with me. Nothing could be straightforward. There's always a big freaking problem. That was a little problem, but there's always something. It's never easy. Nothing's ever straightforward. I always gotta overcomplicate things and overthink things and overanalyze things. I think too much is my problem, which is bad for an idiot like me. I should not think at all. So yeah, but there's that. Leo also has me building this Lego for him. It's the Lego Titanic, um, which he got for his birthday or Christmas or something. And it's like 9,000, almost 10,000 pieces. So it's kind of taken me a while. I just hate building Legos. I really hate it. No, really, it was like a present for me. I like, I always liked Legos when I was his age. So now that he's getting them, and I help him out. That's it. He asked me for help, and I say, "Oh, Leo, you know what? I guess I'll help you out." uh, but no, it's a heck of a Lego. I tell you, but it's taken me a long time. And Leo is, he's a pretty tough boss. Still asks me, he's like, "Are you gonna work on the Lego today?" Like, maybe, Leo. He's like, okay. And then in the morning he usually comes by. He's like, I saw you worked on the Lego. Or it's did you work on the Lego last night? I don't think you did. So he's like the boss. He is my he's the boss. That's it. He's in charge. He wants updates on the construction of this Lego. What he's gonna do with it, I don't know. There's not really much you can do with it. It's huge, so it's just kind of there to look at. But whatever. Hey, he likes the Titanic. I like the Titanic. I think the Titanic's cool. I like ships. I like vessels and ocean liners and that kind of stuff. I find it fascinating. There's these great accounts I've been following on Instagram that are like old ocean liner pictures, like the France and the Normandy and the Titanic, Britannic, Olympic, all those things, the Queen Mary, all that stuff. And it's a really interesting account. I shared a picture. I thought one of them was a cool picture, so I put it on my story. And then my friend wants to make fun of me, my friend Max. And I'm like, you know what? I can't do anything. I like boats. Is that so bad? Is that such a bad thing? I want to share a cool picture of a boat. What's so wrong with that? You have to make fun of me for it? I can't have any interest in this life without people just crapping on it. That's how it goes. But you know what? I like the pictures, so I'm going to continue to share them. So if you want pictures of ocean liners and weather reports, and posts about Renaissance and Baroque music and Verdi, I'm your guy. You should follow me and the Dodgers. If you like the Dodgers, you should definitely follow me. So yeah, that's it, man. But they just won. Um, but yeah, it's like yeah, you can't have an interest without somebody wanting to take a crap on it. So there's that. Um, oh, he's sniffling today. But yeah, I know he's a little sleepy, but we'll power through. I'm not sleepy enough to not want to talk to you people, as it's been been a little bit, but we're back. It's that I've taken longer breaks, as we all know. So here we are. But yeah, he has me building the Titanic, and I can't help but think about the movie. When I'm putting this thing together, and just that. Yeah, the movie is interesting. I have mixed feelings about it. I like all the parts with the boat. I like the sinking. I think that was well done. I like some of the characters. I like Fabrizio. Leo also likes Fabrizio. I like Kathy Bates as Molly Brown, the unsinkable Molly Brown. I forget I forget the guy who engineered the ship or who designed it. I liked his role in the movie. He was good. And Bill Paxton, he's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite actors. So whenever he's in something, I'm really a fan. But the thing that bothers me about the movie is Jack and Rose. Also Cal. I don't like any of that. I don't like them. I don't care for their storyline. The mother is annoying. Rose is annoying. Jack is annoying. Cal's actor is actually Greek, so Billy Zane. So I like Billy Zane. I just don't like Cal. Um, but yeah, and yeah, I just that part bothers me, which is the most of the movie. So I'm kind of perturbed throughout the movie, and yeah, what bothers you, man? I don't know. It's just like cringy. It's like they're doing this freaking spitting thing. They're like pull pull, and then Rose is like, and she's like, well, it's a Picasso. He's a literal known artist. It's like, it's just those parts are dumb, man. I'm sorry. The propeller, and then Jack with this stupid drawing, and I just don't care for those two. And then at the end, it's like I just can't take it seriously. They're so goofy. I don't like old Rose either. She's annoying because she throws that diamond into the ocean at the end of it. It's like, hello. I mean, you may not want it, but she has a grandkid in the movie. Why can't she give it to her? Why can't you give it to Bill Paxton? He deserves it. He worked hard. Give it to Bill Paxton's character. I don't see why not. There's actually a deleted scene where he sees her right before she's going to throw it off. And he goes, just let me hold it before you do it. I would have said, I'm taking out. I'm going to throw you overboard. But I digress. But yeah, I don't care for that. There are a lot of people that could have used that diamond, and you just throw it into the ocean. It's the heart of the sea. Yeah, I just have a hard time taking the movie seriously. I don't know. It's just those two bother me. Cal bothers me. The family bothers me. Old Rose bothers me. I just find them annoying. I tell you what, my favorite part of the movie though is because it's so they want you to take this movie seriously. And they have that scene of that guy when the aft is sinking and this thing is like vertical, right? Or it's going up, and he jumped off, and he hits the propeller all the way down, and you hear him screaming, he goes, ah, and then boom, and then he just starts spinning like a pinwheel. I'm like, oh no, it's horrible. It's like, how do you take the movie seriously with that in it? It's I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that, but oh man. It's a horrible thing that those people went through, and then to have that in there is just like, oh, boom. He spins off into the ocean. But what can you do? So yeah, those are my thoughts on Titanic. I like some parts of it, but other parts annoy me. And I would have taken that diamond from she would not have thrown it into the ocean on my watch. That's for sure. But does that mean that she had it the whole time and she just let them waste her time? She's a sociopath, that Rose. I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan of Jack. I don't like any. I told you I don't like any of it. Not just her. Anyway, yeah, that's it. The other weekend, I got to play some poker with some friends of mine. Do you like poker? I like poker. I'm decent at it. I'd like to think so. I'm really good at poker. You know why? Because I won a whole whopping $13. I won $13, baby. Which, considering the fact that I sat down, I'm like, oh, I'll stay for maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and then they're like, this is probably. I guess this is at like I don't know what time of night it was. It was maybe 9:30, 10, maybe 10:30. I go sit down. I'm like, oh, I'll stay for a little bit, and I'll go home. I'll be in bed by like maybe midnight. And they're like, well, boys, are we going to 1:30 or 2? And I'm like, well, but it was great. I had a great time. It was about six guys, and we all bought in for $20, and then I did pretty well. I had some really nice hands. I got ahead of myself, and then I started playing some hands I really shouldn't have played. But what am I going to do? Just sit there? It's a psychology. They don't want you to leave until the game is officially over. So they give you a hard time if you try to leave. So there's that. So I mean, what are you going to do? Just sit there? That's how they get you. That's how they get you. They prey on your boredom. It's like being in a casino. It is. That's how they do. Um, but yeah, I won $13. And although I had to pitch in $6 for the pizza that we got, so there's that. Um, from this place, they have huge pizzas, like 20 something inches, like 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I can't remember how many inches, but the pizza is huge, okay? And it's good, Sometimes that's like gimmicky stuff, like the pizza's okay or it's not good. But this pizza's good, It's good and it's big, so it's like, well, damn. You could just eat a slice, one slice, and you're good. So I had to pay up for that. So I guess I netted $7. Yeah, I'm a real high roller over here. What can I say? I really play big stakes. Yeah. Well, listen, it's better than losing. I'll tell you that much. I'm a good winner, but I'm a bad loser. You don't want me to lose. I get it. I get upset. I get all. It's something sets me off when I lose. I'm a gracious. The phrase is like be gracious in victory and without bitterness in defeat. Well, I'm half of that. I'm pretty gracious in victory, but when I lose, I don't like it. I'm bitter. I'm a bitter loser. And I don't admit it. You have to be able to admit your faults in life, and that's one of them for me. I don't like to lose, so it's a good thing that I won. Otherwise, I'd be on here talking. I'd be like, "They stole it," some kind of generic Manoli rant. You've heard me enough. You can fill in the blanks. But this is a family show, so let's keep it clean over here. But yeah, the poker was fun. Uh, we were listening to like old, kind of poker country music, country western music, and we had a debate because we started singing "The Gambler," and my friend was like, "Oh, Kenny Loggins." I'm like, "No, it's Kenny Rogers." He's like, "No, it's Kenny Loggins." I'm like, "Kenny Loggins sang "Danger Zone" and "Footloose." He didn't sing "The Gambler," and so that was a whole thing, a big debate about that. I'm like, just look it up, but no, we had to. It's not. It's never that easy, you know. Never that easy. There's always something. And my friend Max, he likes to, at the end of the game, he always likes to go all in on the last hand. And it's the dumbest thing in the world, and then people just let him get away with it. myself included, we just like, you know what, Max, take your all in and. But I digress. He likes to do it. Max likes to pretend that he's just a regular guy, nice guy, but he's just as messed up as I am. So let's not let's not let him forget it, okay? I know you're out there, Max. I don't know if you're listening, but if you are, you know what I'm talking about. Speaking of Max, I beat him in fantasy baseball this last week. So, uh, my team sucks. I'm not going to make the playoffs. I'll finish with the winning record, but I'm not going to make the playoffs. So there's that. You care so much about that. I know y'all really care about that. But anyway, so yeah, I had poker and I got home at like I don't know, like 2, and I had to sing the next day. Maybe not my best planning, but what are you gonna do? I sang in the afternoon, so I had plenty of time to recuperate. It was for Charleston Opera Theater for Second Sunday here in Charleston, which is when they shut down King Street, and you can peruse. You can walk up and down the promenade and just kind of waltz about and walk around and just stroll up and down the street. And so, yeah, we were out there. It was me and about 4 or 5 other singers, and we were singing. I sang 5 times. I sang Non Pion Dry from the Nozze di Figaro, which was my first aria I ever learned at the age of 14. So I know that one pretty well. I've been singing it forever. That's my father's favorite that I sing, which I guess that means that I peaked early. And I sang the Verdi. I sang Il Lacerato Spirito from Sima Boccanegra, which is a marvelous aria. Recit and aria. The recit, I think, I like to sing that more than the actual aria sometimes. But beautiful aria. I've been singing that since freshman year of college, which means I guess I've had some standards in my repertoire. So maybe I need to learn something else. And I sang the cow. The cow, the cow is of the bovine ilk. The cow, the cow. There's more where that came from, but that was your preview. I have it on my YouTube channel somewhere. You can look it up. But yeah, I sang that, and that's a good one. And that one you will never hear anywhere else. It's a very rare piece, so enjoy it. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, but yeah, the cow is a good one. I really like that one. It's fun. It's funny. Singing about the cow. The cow. Um, my teacher introduced me to that one, Mr. Brunson, back in college. So thank you, Mr. Brunson. It's like he teaches that to his students. I don't know where he found it, but it's very rare. So there's that. You see, I like to bring in the rarities here. I like to give you something you never seen before, and will never see again. At least it'll be memorable. But after we sang, it was in the hot Carolina sun, which was an experience for me. It was outside. We had a pianist, we had a keyboard, and no microphone with opera, so we were just blasting it out, which was interesting. It kind of bounced pretty well actually off of the street. The street is like not very wide, so it kind of bounced off the building adjacent. And people would walk and walk right in front of me while I was singing, but not all the time. Some people would stop and listen, and hopefully we drummed up some interest for our show in October, which is The Elixir of Love by Donizetti. But yeah, that was interesting. First time singing outside, definitely different. More challenging, I would say. You can't really hear yourself all too well. So afterwards, it started to rain a lot. And so I was like, well, I think I'm going to walk down here and get me a beer. And I did. And I went and I sat down. And I'm having my beer, waiting for the storm to roll along. And there's this couple next to me. They just won't stop talking to me. They're like, oh man, it really sucks that we have to have our beer. We can't walk around with our beer up and down the street on Second Sunday. I'm like, first of all, it's raining. And they're like, I don't know why there's no open container laws in Charleston. Why can't we have this? Come on. why does there always have to be a complaint? Just drink your beer and shut up. I mean, really? You really want to walk around out there? It's going to get hot and it's raining. I mean, use your head. But I'm like, it's just always something. People always got to complain about something. It's a beautiful day, except for the rain. It was a beautiful day. Just sitting here and drink your beer and hurry up about it. Get out of my face. Why don't you? Heard enough of you too. They never stopped. They did it for like 15 to 20 minutes. I'm just like, yeah, but they're not gonna do that. And blah blah blah. I tried to be nice. I'm like, yeah, I like the city the way it is. How about that? They're like, well, we've been here for X amount of years. I'm like, well, I've been here my whole life. So there you go. Just making friends and influencing people, just like I do. Dale Carnegie would be real proud. I have Astro in here. My name for him is Little Ass. He was barking at It's Late, and so he was being a little ass. So I grabbed his little ass and I put him right here. He's sleeping on my bed. He's probably listening to me. But yeah, so he's in here. He's doing all right. He's an interesting little dog. I don't know. I'm a fan of his. He's a good dog. He has a lot of personality. I think he's a good little doggy. So we like Astro. We'll keep he's sleeping. But anyway, so there was that. It's just enjoy the Sunday. I mean, just come on, really, really. Always got to be something. But anywho, what else can I talk about? I've been talking fast. I feel like I've been talking for 45 minutes. It's only been 27. I have a list here. I have a list. Oh, I have several lists actually, but I have the list here on topics of for the musings. And aha, here's one. Did y'all see John Elliott Gardner, the conductor? He punched someone in the face or slapped him or something. John Elliott Gardner, for those who don't know, is a conductor, mainly known for doing Baroque music and Mozart, so Baroque and classical mainly. I can't say he's my favorite conductor, but he's very famous, and he's now 80 years old, and he just got fired for doing Les Troyens, the Trojans, by Baudelaire, and he was doing that, and apparently the singer, who was a bass, he like myself, he walked off stage the wrong direction, and so John Elliott Gardner proceeded to scream in his face and yell at him, and I guess the singer said something back, which is good for him. And then Gardner punched him in the face, slapped him. Uh, you know, but so yeah, he punched him in the face, and he got fired. He had to back out. I guess he didn't technically he get fired. He withdrew from the production. Maybe he just wanted an excuse not to have to conduct Benoit, which in that case I can't really blame him because, but yeah, it's like crazy. It's like, dude, like what are you doing? Why are you so upset? Why are you so upset? You've had a wonderful career. Just, like, I mean, maybe hang up the hat if you're that angry. I mean, seriously. I don't blame the guy for telling him off. I mean, to yell and scream at someone for walking off stage the wrong way and then to hit him, slap him in the face. Please. Ridiculous. Apparently he's still gonna keep going. It's like, dude, just give it up, man. Like, what are you doing? He issued an apology, which, he should apologize for some of the recordings he made, if you ask me, but it's a different thing. But yeah, so they say classical music is boring, and I guess it really ain't that boring. You never know what's gonna happen. Conductors are are kind of crazy sometimes, so there's that, and singers too. A lot of crazy people, but not me. I'm perfectly normal and well adjusted, and this is totally normal behavior what I do on this show. So don't worry about me. I won't do anything like that. No, I wouldn't do that. Please. I digress. Yeah. So there's that. There's that. Sometimes I feel, sometimes in life you kind of just want to relax, right? I have my record player now. It works really well. I have some wonderful, wonderful opera and classical, and not just that. I have some other stuff. I have some Sinatra and Muddy Waters and the Stones vinyl. But sometimes I like to put on, maybe some Vivaldi or Handel, an instrumental. Uh, I kind of just like to listen to it. I like to put on my robe and I like to sip a scotch, and I feel like a Bond villain. I should be smoking a cigar. And I think if I had a British accent, I would be a Bond villain. I think this is, I'm embracing my inner Bond villain. This is me. I think in the next movie, I'll get a dialect coach and I'll play the new Bond villain, whoever it may be. I kind of got the look, you know. So I think that's it, you know. But of course, I'm not a villain. I'm the hero of this story. Everyone's the hero of their own story, right? So, as he chuckles, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm innocent. What do you want from me? Is it such a crime to like opera and classical and to enjoy a nice single malt whiskey, scotch, and to like robes? I mean, robes are nice. I have my little foot massager here. I put it on. I turn it on. I put on a handle, and I just enjoy. Sometimes you got to take a break. You got to relax in life. But anywho, anyway, I should say. Um, it's interesting. I was thinking about this the other day. I was looking at some restaurants in Charleston. There's some new ones now, and we've tried a couple of them, me and my dad, and we went, and some things are good, some things are not so good, but yeah, it's just interesting because these places open up, and people that's all they want to talk about for 6 months or 8 months or 10 months or maybe a year. All they want to talk about, oh, have you been to XYZ? Have you been to this place? Have you been to that place? There's a line out the door. By the way, not for me. I don't wait. I do not wait in line to go into the restaurant. So there's that. That is off. I'm not doing that unless I'm like in a city that I need, like that I want to. There's a place I really want to go to. I'll wait in line there. But to wait outside line in my own wait on the line in my own city to eat food, that ain't happening. But it doesn't stop people. You see lines and people are like, "Oh, I got to get a reservation for this place and that place," and then 6 months goes by and then there's nobody there. It's like, well, what happened? Did they forget how to make food? It was the bee's knees, and then everybody said how great it was. Oh, the place is great. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. And then a year and a half, 2 years, it's like there's nobody there. It's like, well, what happened? Now they suck. It was so good, and now it's bad. Is that how it goes? How does that work? So, and then some of these places they start off strong and then they're gone, and it's like, well, what happened? There's so many. They just go in and out and in and out. It's a vicious cycle here in the city with the restaurants. I mean, some of them make it, some of them become classics. And listen, there's some good restaurants here. I'm not gonna lie, very good restaurants here. Very good restaurants. I go to several of them pretty regularly, and they see me and they recognize me. I don't know why that is. I try to keep. I can't even say that with a straight face. I was going to say I try to keep a low profile. It's not true. I like to talk to people, so they're like, oh, but I could go to some of these places. Like I don't go for a while. Like the other day, I went somewhere. I hadn't been there in probably I don't know 3 months, 4 months. I walk in, they're like, oh, how you doing? What do you want? You want this, and that? I'm like, man, how do you remember this? It's amazing. So I don't know. I guess it's just my wonderful personality just charms people. So there's that. Oh, he's on a roll today. But yeah, it's like these places they come in and then they go, and it's like, well, what happened? They're like, oh, nobody goes there anymore. I'm like, y'all are the most fickle group of customers I ever see. It, 1 month the place is great, the other next month it sucks. So go figure. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that good to begin with. Do you ever think of that? You ever think of that? You ever once think of that? Send Manoli off to do this. Send Manoli off to do that. Send Manoli to pick someone up at the airport. Send Manoli to run some Mickey Mouse nightclub somewhere. I'm your older brother, and I was stepped over. It's the way Pop wanted it. It ain't the way I wanted it. I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says that I'm dumb. I'm smart, and I want respect. Godfather 2? Anyone? Anyone? John Cazale, great actor. Um, is it Cazale or Cazale? I don't know how you're supposed to say it, but I love that scene. I can handle things. I'm smart. Like I'm dumb. I'm smart. That's how I feel on this show. That's how I feel. I'm just trying to prove to you that we went over this. But think what you want to think. It's not like I care. Well, you think I'm dumb? Poh, who cares? You think I'm smart? Maybe not. Some things I say I probably shouldn't say, but what are you gonna do? What's life without what's life without a little yeah, so the storm is over. I went through my list. Actually, there's a couple topics here, but I have to save something for later, right? But 30 something minutes. I think that's enough for tonight. I think I'm going to call it a night. We went through a lot. Uh, Always good to chat with y'all. I'll have an update for you. I'm going to the football game on Charlotte, so I'm sure there'll be a couple stories there. So, yeah, Labor Day weekend. I have a great time not working. That's all I'm going to say. So, but yeah, I think that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you very much. If you have friends that might like this show or have a bone to pick with me, I encourage them to listen. It's if you don't, if there's somebody out there who has something an issue with me, I think you should listen to this show to get my perspective and to help boost the numbers. So how about that? But yeah, that's it. Have a great night, or a good day, or a good morning, or a good afternoon, or whatever it is that you're doing. And I will see you the next time. Actually, I won't see you, but you'll hear me the next time. So there's that. All right. Goodbye.